Today I'm working on a 2016 Chevy Cruze, the 1.4 Ecotech Turbo. Basically, customer complaint is overheating and loss of coolant. I went ahead, diagnosed the issue, determined that the water pump was leaking, was the cause of the issue. The water pump was leaking. A slow leak, not a very crucial leak. But in this video we're going to be showing you how to do the water replacement on this vehicle. Now this will be similar to previous models, and I believe to some newer models, and I believe that Ecotech should be similar to the other ones. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it should be similar to the other Ecotech motors. But if you haven't already, give it a thumbs up, comment down below if you have any questions on this video, and then like and share the video. And then hit that subscribe button for more upcoming videos in the future, and we'll go ahead and start this video after the intro. Alright, so first thing what we're going to go ahead and do, we're going to go ahead and take off our whole intake. Basically we're going to go ahead and remove this, the mass airflow sensor connector, and then we're just going to pull that back. Now this guy, for this little clip, you're just gonna pull it right up. We'll set that to the side. So basically we're gonna go ahead and remove this. It's either gonna be a 7mm or a flathead screwdriver. Just pull these right back, and then this should just lift right up. Then right here we'll have our mounts. We need to go ahead and take this off. They're going to be 15mm. We're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now when we go ahead and take off this motor mount, the car's going to fall a little, or the engine's going to fall a little bit. Don't be worried about that because we still have the other motor mounts. I mean, worst case scenario, we could probably lift it back up in the oil pan and then go from there. Then we're going to have 3 15mm bolts that we're going to have to take off for the support bracket. So we're going to have one right here, one right there. Alright, so coming from the bracket, basically you would just look right down, and then there, that bolt right there, that would be the third bolt that we need to take off. And then we're going to take off the bolt that's all the way to the right. We're going to take that bolt off. And then we're going to take off the bottom one too as well. Just let that lowered. Alright, so next, before we take off the belt, what we're going to go ahead and do, we're going to go ahead and loosen these bolts. I already loosened them. They should be at 16 foot-pounds. So what you're going to go ahead and do is just kind of get your ratchet and then just put it on like this, and then just bang on the handle, and so they break free. And then the torque spit that I use was a E12. So right there, E12. And then once we get those loose, then we'll pretty much be pretty comfortable taking those off. And then we're going to go ahead and release the tension. Now, you're going to need an E14. If I can get that to focus. So E14. And then these are the ones with the star bits. Obviously, you can get these at Harbor Freight. Now, we're going to be turning this clockwise. Remember how your belt goes? So, clockwise. So basically at this point we would kind of drain our coolant. There's a petcock on the passenger side. You see that little white thing right down there? That's the petcock, and then it has like a little grill under, and the water would go through there. It's a little bit hard spot to get to. So what I already have something under the car to catch the fluid. So I have the car kind of lifted up a little bit, lifting it up by the subframe. And then we're just gonna kind of let it drain from here. We'll take off that. And then we'll just take off the pulley bolts. We can pull out the water pump and then go from there. So yeah, we're gonna pull off these bolts that are right there, take off this hose clamp that goes to the water pump, take off this connector on the thermostat housing, and then we'll pull this guy back before bolting the whole water pump. So then for this clip, we just kind of stick our flathead screwdriver, kind of pry in between it, and make sure that this guy is all the way up until when it clicks. And then we'll go ahead and just pull this guy back while releasing up. So now that we got both hoses gone, now we can go ahead and take this off. There's going to be 10 bolts that we're going to be taking off. I marked them with whiteout so you can determine, or so you can see which ones I'm taking off. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, then 5, 6. Don't get confused with the bottom one, just this top one. So that's a 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So we're going to go ahead and take those off. And then for those, I'm going to be using an E10. And so when you take off each bolt, what you're going to go ahead and do, you're going to transfer it over to your new pump. So which one you take it off. So we took off that one right there, and we'll just move it. And then once we get off the old pump, we'll go ahead and move the old bolts right back onto the old pump so that we don't get confused. If your water pump is stuck like this one, we'll go ahead and just pry it from right here. Just like that. So I pried it from right here, so I kind of dug it right out. And then I pried it from the back of this housing. So now we're going to go ahead and take off the thermostat housing while it's like this. So we're going to be using the E12 to take off these bolts. There's going to be 3. So there's going to be one right here, one right there, and then one right behind this under the hose. So I'm going to have to actually take off the hose itself just because of one of the notches is actually sitting right over the bolt. So we're just going to move over just the clamp. We're not going to fully take it off. So now we're going to go ahead and clean our area with the wire brush. So I mean, pretty much I'm using the steel one, and you'll get the idea. So we're going to go ahead and do that for the whole thing. After you're done scrubbing the area, you're going to go ahead and wipe it, spray some brake cleaner on a rag, and then wipe your area. Alright, so our thermostat, so since we're going to be reusing it, I'm just going to clean up the area. We'll go ahead and reuse the gasket. Now what we can do is just put like a slight silicone on the gasket, just as reinsurance. I know some of you guys might talk crap, but it is what it is. Alright, so I already put my silicone on there, just a very light coat, and then we're going to go ahead and bolt it back on. So then we're going to go ahead and put on our connector plug for thermostat housing. And then we're going to go ahead and connect our lower radiator hose. And then make sure you wiggle it, try to wiggle it back out. Make sure it doesn't come loose. Then we're gonna go ahead and put on our other coolant hose. So when putting these guys on, I left these guys obviously loose, and then basically I kind of like put all 3 bolts in, and then I kind of like push this to the side and then kind of like lift it up this, so I had the palm of my hand right here. It's gonna hurt just a tad bit, but not too much. And then just kind of use your palm just to lift up just a tad bit, just so you can catch a couple threads. Then what you're gonna go ahead and do, you can do this with an extension. So get your 15 millimeter and then make sure it's kind of like threaded in, and then just kind of like swing it right over and then thread in the other ones, and then you can go ahead and start your process, start your threading. And then once you get all those going, make sure that which one you started on. So the one that I started on to straight out everything was this side. So basically I made sure I checked out the threads to make sure it threaded in smooth, and it did. And everything was perfectly fine, so it was pretty easy, and I didn't have to lift up the motor from the bottom of the oil pan. If you did, I would recommend either you get like a towel, keep folding it until like it's like to where it can't be compressed, and it'll be the cushion for the pan and then the jack, or you can get like a 2x4 and then use that as the support. So now we're gonna go ahead and put in our air filter box. Final process, we would go ahead and add the coolant. That I cannot show right now, just because I have so many like other jobs I gotta finish up. And basically what you're gonna go ahead and do is you're gonna top off the fluid. While you topped off the fluid, make sure that the overflow tank right there, so this guy right here, this is where you're gonna add your coolant right there, and then you're gonna keep filling that up until it gets all the way up to the mark of the full mark. And then go ahead and start the vehicle, have the heater on full blast, and just keep paying attention to see if it drops out. And then as the temperature is going up, you should feel heat. If you're not feeling heat, then pay attention to that, because obviously there's an air pocket still in the system. Now keep an eye on your temperature, make sure it doesn't overheat. I hope this helps out, but if you do like the video, give it a thumbs up, comment down below if you have any questions in regards to this video, and then share the video with other people so that they know about this, and then hit that subscribe button for more upcoming videos in the future. And thanks for watching.